Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me to be here to give the presentation titled Pursuit of Excellence, Thailand Cultivation and Development in Higher Education in Global Era. Firstly, the first topic I would like to talk about the context of the globalization of higher education. If we review the history of higher education, at different time stage, the higher education has different characteristics. For example, in ancient Greece, the popularity of the traveling teacher and traveling student was a feature of that time. For example, in 20th century, the international exchange and collaboration in teaching, research, and Thailand development is a feature at that time stage. So we can say the higher education goes through a big change process from the internationals to internationalization to globalization. Now, the growing impacts of global environment is inescapable. So any consideration of future higher education, the international and global aspect must be taken into the account. That's our thing about. For the Thailand development in the globalization, there are four requirements. The firstly, in global era, universities should adapt a fast changing and knowledge-based globalization society and train qualified individuals. The second, universities should stand at the frontier of the innovation and lead the world forward. The third one, universities should promote the cross-cultural understanding and cooperation to create the harmonious world. Also, in cultivating our future talents who are to create the next wave of innovation, university education should not just teaching students applied knowledge and skills, but also improve the students' knowledge about and tolerance for other cultures, their ability of the cross-cultural studies, and equip them with the multicultural and global horizon. That's quite important requirement. Also, the universities in 21st century face on challenges. Challenge one, in knowledge economy, universities are expected to cultivate better talents to contribute more to the world. The global era expects the university to make the breakthrough for major difficulties of the world. Challenge three, the university should understand the global environment fully and explore change, the adaptation in higher education. Also, we face some challenges in the global impact of the country. It's decided by cultural impact. So university should take the responsibility to transmission and innovation of the culture. For the university, essential characteristics is the transmission, the innovation of knowledge. And that means universities need to transmit and make the innovation of knowledge and wealth to human beings. The hardcore soul of university is pursuing the truth. That means universities need to explore unknown fields and to solve the global difficulties. The ultimate mission of the university is the talent cultivation. That means universities need to cultivate the top innovative talent with global horizon. So The second topic I would like to talk about is Thailand cultivation and development in global context. So there is a difference, higher education philosophies between Western and Eastern. From our point of view, most of the Eastern education philosophy based on the Confucius philosophy, and the most Western education philosophy based on Socrates' philosophy. This table shows the difference between China and Western in education philosophies. For education in China, we are emphasizing the cultivation in the broadest sense of liberal arts knowledge. In the Western, they have emphasized rational alignment, scientific methodology. Therefore, the perception of knowledge will pay more attention to the traditional culture. In the West, the eternal truth on teaching will emphasize on the succession of knowledge. In the West, the knowledge exploding, and also teaching method will focus on the lecture, and in Western focus on the speculation. Also, learning attitudes, we respect the academic authority, but in Western, they encourage the student or faculty to challenge the authority. That's a difference. So, if you look at the Chinese background, right now, the great nation demand for innovation talent is quite important right now for China development. Last 30 years, the economy achievements heavily depending on the labor-intensive industry. We can predict for the next or future 10 years, it will be mainly dependent on the development of knowledge-intensive industry. So, the fundamental transition in national economy groups model will be changed from the labor-driven to the knowledge and the innovation-driven. Then, the Thailand cultivation model needs to be changed from the knowledge transition focus to what that we need to think about. So, the third topic that's I would like to take more time to introduce the ideas and the practice of the higher education and the Thailand cultivation in Shanghai Jiaotong University. The soul of our university lies on the pursuit of excellence. So, right now we are establishing the three systems. The first system is the excellent Thailand growing system. Our idea is students and faculty driving each other, developing each other. So that means that the students grew up into the excellent and innovative talents. In the meantime, we hope our faculty grew up into the excellent masters. We built up the triple integrative education system to cultivate the innovative talent with the leadership. This triple integrative education system is student-oriented. It including enhanced skills, developing characters, and encouraging inquisitive mind. The internalization of the student cultivation is also a very important strategy for the excellent Thailand growing system. In 2011, SJTU sent 140 doctoral candidates studying abroad at a top university funded by the Chinese government. Also, we send the 114 doctor candidates experience overseas academic exchange program, and 238 postgraduate students attending the international conference and seminars. Also, in 2011, almost 40% of the undergraduates participated overseas study and exchange. Currently, the total number of international students is over 5,000, who come from more than 90 countries and regions. Next, I would like to give the 3 examples for our excellent talent recruitment system in SJTU. First is top talents in basic science. We established the SJTU College. Second is the international cooperation model. We have the Giant Institute with the University of Michigan. The third, I would like to introduce the service, the cultivation plans for editors. So in SJTU College, we would like to cultivate the innovative talent. And right now we have the 4 classes in this college. One is life science classes, computer science class, math class, and physics class. We would like to cultivate the editor with the ability to raising question, to solving question, to integrate the knowledge, and to communicate to others. The vision of the SJTU College are to cultivate the future leaders in science and technology with solid foundation in science, humanity, and innovation. To cultivate the student with rigorous and abstract thinking ability from the mathematics and instinctive and analytical ability from the physics. The graduates from the SJTU College we hope to reach the same level as the graduates from the world top 5% university. In a decade, 20% of SJTU graduates are able to teach all research in the first class university or top research institutions. In 2 decades, several SJTU College graduates can become the international academic authorities. That's our vision. The second example is the international collaboration model, SJT Joint Institute. It is based on the education collaboration with the University of Michigan. In 2000, SJTU and signed a cooperation agreement to further development, further develop the mechanical engineering in SJTU. In June of 2005, SJTU signed an agreement with the UN to establish the Joint Institute. Last year, among the 276 graduates from the SJTU, SJT Joint Institute, 206 received the offers to further their study at a top university in the world. You can see this table list different top university they get the offer from. The elite student and the faculty, the research and labs at international standard is that in our joint institute, and we have the competitive graduates. Also, we make up the series evaluation plans for editors. We have the plan for editor engineering talents, editor medicine talents, editor talents in NO. Another very important strategy is effective recruitment. It's quite important for the excellent time recruiting system. So teaching and learning in higher education is also a constant topic, which is still meaningful and worthily discussed today. In recent years, in China, I think that maybe in overseas, the function and the responsibility of the university are frequently discussed. Criticized towards the higher education came from not only the university themselves, but also from the media, from the students' parents, also from the even government. Faced with questions and queries, the discussion of teaching and learning in higher education now is not about reviewing the history, but to rethink about the goals and principles of today's higher education in changing modern societies. So for the talent of effective recruitment, our university built up the talent pyramid plan. We have made the chair professor recruiting plan, distinguished professor recruiting plan, assistant professor recruiting plan, also Morningstar young scholar recruiting plan. We hope that in last year we will have 100 chair professors, and it will be increased to 200 to 2020. Also from the next year to 2020, the distinguished professor will be from 150 to 400, and assistant professor from 300 to 800. And the future talents, the Morningstar, we will be from 1,000 to 2,000. That's our plan. Recent years, we also recruited a lot of the very excellent faculty from overseas. Like this picture, they are all of this from the top university in the world. Right now, we have more than 16 chair professors already passed this. In China, we have the 1,000 talent scheme. So if we look at this tables, this is a 5 years comparison of the faculty. In the faculty numbers, a little bit increase, but for faculty with PhD, we increase 28%. And faculty with PhD from overseas university increased about 180%. Right now we have the high side scientists, we have 3, and also chief scientists increase also 180%. Young scholar, outstanding young world winner, we increase about 95%. Also for Nature Science Foundation China Innovation Research Group, we also increase a lot, about 200%. For the Ministry of Education Innovation Group, we will be increasing 350%. The second system we are establishing is excellent innovation system. So, in order to establish the innovation system in SDPU, we did the 4 very challenging for policy. Firstly, we cancel the payment for published paper. Second, we make the middle and long-term international assessment for every school or faculty. We make this funding to support the Christian-oriented research. And we are pay more attention to the national critical needs. To encourage the problem research, we think that encourage and conduct the transition of the research from the population-oriented to problem-oriented research are facing the world technology frontier, focus on the essential scientific problem. Facing the national strategic need, focus on the technologies, evolving common growth, and social development. Facing a modernist social society, focus on major social problems involving progress of nation and human beings. We also combine the research and the education. Right now, more than 65% undergraduate students participate in various innovation and research projects, including those on the provincial and the national level. Around 70% the annual scientific paper numbers are published by graduate students as the first writer. So recent years, the chief scientist will increase a lot. You can see for project license 3, chief scientist number increase a lot in 5 years. Also, academic impact. We also have the big change. The numbers of the SCI papers ranking top 2 nationwide for 5 consecutive years. In 2010, there are 10 papers published in Science, Nature, Cells, and PANS, ranking nation top 1 for the first time in China. So this table shows the 5 years comparison in the research. So we can see from the research funding, NSF funding, Young's Award with National Outstanding Award, ACI paper, ACI cited paper, national and provincial key laboratories, ESI top 1% major, research funding in arts, SSCI papers, all of these increase or not. That means from the 1960s to last year, SGTU make the big progress in the innovation and research. The third system we are establishing is an excellent cultural leadership system. So to build up the harmonious campus culture also is quite an important strategy for our university. We're encouraged to build up the multiple cultural background and globalization culture. As I just mentioned, in last year, about 40% of the undergraduate students participate in overseas study and exchange. And we have more than 5,000 foreigner students right now. We're also encouraging interdisciplinary study. We make the integration of the mathematics with finance, engineering with management, and foreign language with no language. We will also encourage to build up the personality and innovation through the study process, discussion, seminar, and attending the master in lecture, etc. We think the university is not only knowledge transmitter, successor, and creator, but also humanity and the moral higher ground. The university is the last bastion of society, country, violence and death. justice. The humanities pride and academic pursuit in universities is vital to the future of the country and society. So finally, I would like to share with you of our vision and the plan of Shanghai Jiaotong University towards the world-class university. Right now, we think we are the first-class Chinese university. From now on to 2015, we are prepared to become the world-class university. From the 2015 to 2020, we hope the several disciplines achieve the world-class status. And to 2020, we hope our university become the world-class university. So that's my presentation. Thank you.